Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. I'm Linda Karnauskas, and I want to thank you for joining us on this Wednesday, September 7th. I hope you had a nice Labor Day weekend, and boy, I can't believe it's past that already. Today we have an informative show for you, as we'll be interviewing Kim Schaufenbuel with the United Way campaign here in Steele County. And then later on in the program, we'll be visiting with Deb Gillard and MaryAnn Higgins about the Alzheimer's walk, and so you'll want to stay tuned for that. The Owatonna Today Show welcomes your suggestions and comments regarding guests and show topics. We'd love to hear from you. You can email us at owatonnatoday@charter.net or by contacting our show's producer, Leanne T, at 390-5751. We would love to hear from you. We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back with the United Way of Steele County, so please stay with us.
United Way of Steele County has kicked off the 2016 campaign. This year's corporate campaign leader is Go for Sport. Our goal is $700,000. Be part of the change you want to see in the community. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. Check our website for current exhibits and monthly programs.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. Well, I have sitting here Kim Schaufenbuel. And Kim, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And what is your title with our United Way here?
Well, I'm the Executive Director of the United Way of Steele County.
So responsibility.
Right, yes. I've been telling everybody lately I wear a lot of hats, and some days I don't even know which hats I'm going to put on at the beginning of the day to the end of the day.
Yeah. Kim, I know you've been in the position a little over a year now.
Yep.
But for those who may not know, why don't you share a little bit about who you are and your little of the personal side, if you may?
Oh, sure. Well, I've been living here in Owatonna for about 18 years, and I came from a business background, actually. I sold surgical devices, and I sold a variety of products before coming over to work for my community and work for United Way. I started with United Way as the associate director and kind of got some experience that way, and then when Evelina decided to retire, I applied for the position, and they hired me, and so now this is my second campaign coming up.
Okay. Now, you had a quite successful campaign for your, I guess you would call it your rookie voyage.
Right, my freshman year, yes.
So what was the goal that you exceeded last year's goal?
Last year, our goal was $670,000, and we hit 692. Wow. So we exceeded by 22,000, which was really exciting. And one of the things that I was really proud about was that we actually hit our goal on right at Christmas, right on Christmas Eve. And so we had a couple more weeks to be able to pull in that additional funds and really put it over the top.
So for your initial year in the job, that was quite gratifying.
Oh my gosh, it was such a relief. I just, you've known me for a long time, and you might imagine that I'm quite a perfectionist, and I hold myself to really high standards, and it was really a relief to be able to hit that number and see it come in.
I also know you're a very wise person, so you learned a lot in passing with your initial journey,
yes.
Your first year. So what did you learn from that last year that you would like to devote, maybe budget your time differently with this year's campaign?
Last year was really all about following the existing model and really working with the processes that had been built prior to me having come into the position. And so it was really a learning year, and that was really set up for me to intimately understand how the agency works and what are the oversights that we need to have, what are the financial responsibilities we need to have, what are the best practices in working with our agencies and working with our community. And so that was the focus of that. I also put my board through a full policy review in 2015, which we looked at reread every single policy from our bylaws down to, our expense policies. And we made sure that they were exactly the way that we wanted them to be. And I was really proud of that process, actually. And it was really helpful for me to understand parts of the reasons why we do some of the things we do, and also then understand ways that we can improve our practices to meet our policies or improve our policies to have better practices.
What I just heard in that really was remarkable, in that the team, the board, everybody had a part in this.
Absolutely.
So everyone knows
yes.
What your plan is for the United Way and how to run it.
Right.
So it's not just knowledge flowing through you down, it's everybody bringing back to you as well.
Yes, absolutely. As far as governance goes, that the board has to approve all of our policies, and any policy changes need to be approved and voted on by the board.
And who does the board consist of?
Oh my God, I have the best board on the planet. I have had since I first started, and that's also one of the things that I've been really thankful about is the quality of my board, the strength of their passion and commitment to the work that we do. I have Dan McIntosh, who's the county attorney. I have Keith Hiller, who's the chief of police. I have Dave Albrecht, who's the president of the hospital. I have Dave Berg, who's the administrator at the clinic. I have Stephanie Olson from the clinic. I have Chris Bussey, who's the city administrator. I have Laura Elvabach, who's the county administrator.
So you've got an A-team.
I do. I have an A-team. And some really young up-and-comers, too, like Matt Durand of Moe's Homes and Ryan Gillespie of Bremer Bank. Peng Olson's on my board. Just really
wonderful people.
Absolutely wonderful people, and are really committed to the community and making sure that we're doing what needs to do to elevate everybody to a position that they can have the opportunities that they need in the world.
And I saw you at the fair. You had the kickoff, correct?
Yes.
And so was that the initial kickoff?
That's our whole campaign kickoff. We have never done that before at the fair. We've previously done it earlier in the summer at the 5 Days of Fun or Crazy Days, whatever that's been called, at the end of July. And we decided that really didn't inspire enough momentum for our campaign, so we wanted to move it a little bit later, and we were able to get a spot at the fair.
Okay. So the timeline now is bringing us up to the campaigns in
Right.
action. What is your goal this year?
Our goal is $700,000.
Oh, all right.
Yes, I think it's quite doable. We set our budgets earlier in the year for what we're going to bring in, and I always like to have a little bit of a stretch goal. It's the salesperson in me wanting to make sure that I can do that. But
is there a formula for setting a new goal?
Well, we don't have a set formula. I think it's wise to look at the past and what the campaign has done in the past. Also, you have to look at what our needs are for the community, because you can't always just expect that you're going to increase a lot over every single year. Mm-hmm. But, you hope that you want to keep up with inflation, that you're able to do the same, at least as much as you were able to do the last year with the money that you have. Okay. So budgeting is, it's like your family budget. You have to figure out where you're going to spend the money.
Which you've been heavily involved in this brochure here.
Yes.
And it's named the Report Card of Steele County.
Yes.
Would you explain how they can get this booklet and what's involved inside? And it's got a lot of your work in there.
Yes. Actually, it's the way that you can get this is so easy, it's ridiculous, because it was mailed to your home.
Okay. I just got it, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
I think.
We mail this piece to every single home in the community so that they know what we did in the last year that we came out and asked for funds. So we call it the report card. We used to do two separate ones. We used to do one for Owatonna and then one for the rest of the communities, so out county with Medford and Blooming Prairie, et cetera. But so I just want to briefly walk through this. I don't think you'll be able to see everything on there, but just on the inside here, this is a full list of all of the agencies that we gave funding to in 2015. It also will call out a couple new agencies that we added in 2016, but their data is not included in the rest of the pages. If you need more information about the agencies, you can come and into the office and pick up one of these, and we can talk about this a little bit more, but it has full details of all the agencies that we fund and contact information. So if you need those services, you can go get them.
Explain an agency and
Sure.
how one gets to be an agency.
Yes. So the agencies that we support are all human services agencies, and we were working in the model of 5 different funding areas, which was basic needs, children's services, family services, senior services, and health and disability. But we've now moved into that model that is so well known through United Way, which is income, education, and health. And so the agencies that we fund apply every year for their individual funding, and there's a whole community process that happens with that we pull in volunteers from the community to
And you're
assess
working
those.
with some new programs, as what would one of the new programs be here right in town?
Well, for our member agencies, we have the Steele County Clothesline is back with us, and also Let's Smile.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And then back to the booklet
Yes.
here. If you could show the
Yeah.
pies the way you had them set
Yeah.
up and explain a little
So
bit about those.
The pie charts here really are showing a full Steele County picture of how many individuals were served and how we distributed the funding. And then we also will show by each community, so we have Owatonna, Medford, Blooming Prairie, and Ellendale, how many individuals were served in each funding category. And that's really exciting to make sure that those folks know that we're not just serving Owatonna, that we're serving the entire Steele County community.
Okay.
This page talks about what we call our opportunity programs, which are new things like Boots to Work, our SAC scholarships. We have some details here about Steele County Safe and Drug Free Coalition. And then we also are showing our
Giving to
Yep,
work
our
ratio.
expenses, right, so
be sure and take a
expenses.
good look at that
Yep.
if you get one in the mail.
Yes.
And then who are some of your corporate sponsors this year, and what do you have going on there quickly? We're going to run out of time. There's so much to talk about.
Our corporate campaign leader this year is Go for Sport.
Okay.
And what they do is they help us go out and appeal to the business community to help us get their support.
Okay.
And then is the public face of a campaign.
Okay, great. Kim, there's so much more to talk about. Anybody wants to learn more, they can
Yes.
grab a brochure, call you down at the office.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's always a pleasure to have you.
Thank
and
you
we
for
wish
having
you
me.
continued success. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back, so please stay with us.
Looking for that perfect birthday party idea for your child? I have exactly what you're looking for, a pool or gym party at the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. Hi, this is Brad. Contact me today at 774-7102 to schedule the party every child will love. Birthday party packages are available year-round. West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center, encouraging and promoting a healthy lifestyle.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brick Mager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're here visiting with Deb Gillard and MaryAnn Higgins, and you're here on behalf of the Walk to End Alzheimer's.
We're very excited.
Yes, so
coming up quickly.
Yeah, and welcome back to the chair.
Thank you. Thank you. Always nice to be here on the Owatonna Today Show in whatever chair.
It's a pleasure to have you, Mary.
Well, thank you.
Okay. Well, if you want to start out by introducing yourself a little bit and what your role is with the Walk for Alzheimer's, Mary?
Yeah, my name is MaryAnn Higgins, and I'm on the committee to help plan this walk. And our walk will be on Sunday, September 18th, and we are going to be using the Mineral Springs Parkway again this year as our route. Yeah. And we're very excited for our walk.
And we'll talk a little bit more about all the details, I think, coming up in a few minutes.
Right.
And I am obviously with MaryAnn. We've been together on the walk committee since its inception in Owatonna, which is this our 5th year of the walk now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
5th year of the walk in Owatonna, which is really exciting because we kind of helped get this one up and running from the get-go and have raised a lot of funds here in Owatonna with the support of a lot of great people.
Well, you know, with so many things the two of you are involved in, and what was your catalyst in becoming involved? Why did you get involved?
At the time that I started, I was working at Brookdale Senior Living, and my father also had Alzheimer's at that time. I has since passed away from the disease, so I had definitely a personal passion for it. And what I kept hearing from people, and I know MaryAnn was the same, and many of us that are involved in the committee, was if we want to do a walk for Alzheimer's, which many of us did, we have to go to, not have to, but we need to go to Rochester or Mankato or the Twin Cities. It seemed as though we had enough support to start it here. And so when we approached our Minnesota, North Dakota chapter, Southern Minnesota office, which is in Rochester, and brought it up, all of a sudden it just took off. And we, of course, did have the support to have a walk actually here in Owatonna, which is very nice.
And Mary, what was your catalyst in getting involved?
The same thing. I worked in long-term care, and I saw many residents that suffered from Alzheimer's dementia. And again, it affected my family. It affected my husband's parents. And so I had a passion.
Mm-hmm. You know, the stats are staggering. And I know I don't love numbers. They're kind of dry statistics. But it really, really, really helps drive us toward why we do the walk, why we raise the funds. It is currently the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. 1 in 3 seniors is passing away from Alzheimer's at the current time. I think what really means a lot to people and kind of how it hits home is that Alzheimer's and other dementias in 2016 will cost the nation $236 billion. And it actually kills more individuals than breast and prostate cancer combined. I'm not minimizing those diseases, they're all horrible. But in fact, this is the one that has no cure, no way of stopping it, no way of preventing it. There's no way to put Alzheimer's into remission. It just is what it is, and that's what makes all these things so staggering. They are estimating that by, and I have this stat here someplace, that by 2050 it will have reached just epidemic proportions unless something happens now. And so when you talk about care and you talk about caregivers, it's mind-blowing. In the state of Minnesota alone, I'm going to go there. And I can't have these memorized, but there are 91,000 people living with the disease just in this state. That is estimated to reach 120,000 by 2025, of course, unless something great happens. Medicaid costs right now in Minnesota for caring for people with Alzheimer's or another dementia, $776 million. And honestly, if you look at this as a Minnesota and a nationwide thing, because so much, over half of what Medicaid costs are being spent on these days is going to people with Alzheimer's and other dementias as those get diagnosed more and more. It is actually threatening to bankrupt that system. I mean, we've long heard that it may not be in the best of health, that system, but this is the disease that could possibly, if not checked and if not found a cure for and slowed down, that it could actually take that and just wipe it out.
So the walk being outside of raising money to find a cure, it also is...
It funds care and support and research. So research being I can't even say that one of those is more important than the other. Research is huge. If we can find a cure or something that leads us to getting at a handle on how to stop this disease, how do MaryAnn and I and our families, how do we know that it's not going to hit us or our children? I mean, I'd be thankful if we got rid of it today. It would just, the heartache in families is unbelievable. But they also provide, if anyone has had the opportunity to go on alz.org, which is the Alzheimer's Association website, the amount of support that is provided there. There are online support groups. They help those of us that help facilitate local support groups, which we both do. They help to provide care when needed. There are family consultations that I know folks can get a hold of our Rochester office and have a care consult and say, you know, I have this family member who's been diagnosed with dementia. What do I do? Where do I go from here? And so there are real people answering these needs, and there's online, and there are so many resources on there that are so helpful today.
Would you say that a catalyst in this is the growing number of boomers and aging people in our country living
It's not going to
longer?
help.
Well, and there's so many other things that can happen to somebody nowadays, and they, you know, at a younger age they're getting diagnosed because of this research and because of testing that they do. When people are younger, that they are, you know, diagnosing this much younger.
And the baby boom generation too. The whole influx of people into this age, into these ages, which really most of the stats are based on those living with Alzheimer's 65 and over. And there's also a significant percentage of the population, and I don't know this, I want to say 200,000 are also afflicted with early onset or younger onset Alzheimer's, which occurs before the age of 65. And if you think that the other is damaging to a family, that is catastrophic, I think.
Sure it is. Sure it is. Yeah.
You know, and you cannot predict how the course of the disease is going to affect anybody. You know, and sometimes this disease goes very quickly, sometimes it lingers. But I mean, families need so much support when they're dealing with this, and the association is great with that.
So the walk is great. The funds go toward all of that. We get asked that a lot. They go right toward supporting the Alzheimer's Association. It's a 501c3 nonprofit organization that does all these amazing things. And again, all you have to do is go to their website to see everything that's done. But all the walks nationally then go to support that. So we are, again, very proud of our walk that has been started here. And I'll make sure MaryAnn gives us some of the details of the day. It's coming up in a week and a half.
Yeah, tell us when the walk is and what your goal is.
The walk began with $2,500, and we're very proud of that. And in support of Alzheimer's here in Owatonna, provided the initial funds for us to get started. And we have grown that to, this year, our goal is $56,000.
Wow. Okay.
And we've met or exceeded our goal every single year.
Okay.
Yep, we do. Other major sponsors that have jumped on board right away, Go for Sport here locally has been supporting us. Metro Sales is one of our newer major supporters. I know that Edward Jones, which we have a number of offices here, is what they call a national presenting sponsor. So they're involved more on a national level. And we also have Hy-Vee, who's contributed much in kind here. And we don't want to discount that because that helps us with our walk on the day.
It makes our walk full.
So kind of how things go in the morning?
Yep. At 9 o'clock, we'll start to have registration. At 10, we'll be having our kickoff. At that point, we'll be having the blessing of the shoes. And then our walk starts. We will be done walking around 11 o'clock, and then lunch will be provided.
Okay, and where will the walk be again?
At Mineral Springs Park.
It starts at Mineral Springs Park. And if anybody is concerned, could I walk this walk? Is it long? Is it short? Is it, you know, we actually have care facilities and care communities here who bring residents. There is a 1 mile loop that just loops around inside of Mineral Springs Park, so there's not hills, it's not difficult. And you don't have to walk. You can just be there and have fun with the day and take part in the activities and the food and the fellowship and supporting each other. But you can also walk that mile, or you can walk half that mile if you want, and then you can stop. Then we take the 3 mile leg and we walk all the way down to Darts Park. We turn around and come back. So we are following the trail along Cherry.
So how does one that want to support the walk come and participate, raise funds?
Very simple. Okay. All you need to do is go on the website, alz.org, and you can sign up for the walk, or you can join a team, or you can contribute to the association.
Okay.
If anyone locally here has questions about how to do that, get a hold of myself, get a hold of MaryAnn. Melissa Block is here locally. Some of our committee members who actually handle walks like in Mankato and Rochester, their businesses cover, I'm thinking Homestead and Heartland, Hospital, Visiting Angels. Shelley at Visiting Angels here is involved in the walk. If you know any of us or any individuals and you just say, hey, maybe I'm not comfortable with the website, but I want to be a part of it. How can I please get a hold of us?
And
we would love to hear from you. Call the Southern Minnesota office in Rochester and say, I want to be a part of the Owatonna Walk, or I want to know how I do what I need to do, and we'll make sure we get you involved and signed up. We have 20 teams right now, 113 walkers. We're going for more than that, and we're at about a third of our goal, a week and a half away, but we all know that funds usually come in toward the end. Yeah.
When would the cutoff be if somebody couldn't make the walk?
Just from now until the end of December, you can actually donate.
Raise funds for your team or yourself.
Thank you, ladies, for all you do. We wish
Linda.
the walk a big success and your continued success.
Good weather. Good weather.
Good weather.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No rain.
We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back, so please stay with us.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Tim Anderson, the owner of Anytime Fitness, where we make getting healthy affordable and convenient. Anytime Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We hope you enjoyed learning all about the Alzheimer Walk coming up next week. Well, it's time for community announcements, so I'll share those with you at this time. This Thursday, September 8th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m., Indian World Films at the Owatonna Public Library will present Glassland, a 2014 drama out of Ireland. The movie will be shown in the third floor Gainey Room. The wine and beer tasting is happening this Thursday, September 8th from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Proceeds benefit the Patient Care Fund at the Homestead Hospice House. The Steele County Historical Society is pleased to welcome back the Americana Showcase on Friday, September 9th at the History Center. 4 musicians will be performing. The music will begin at 7:30 p.m. and tickets may be purchased in advance at the History Center office and online at www.steelehistorymuseum.org or at the door the evening of the performance. The cost is $20 for non-members and $15 for the Steele County Historical Society members. September 10th is the 5th annual Jacobs Open Arms Yellow Ribbon Suicide Prevention Program run. It will begin at the Spare Time Entertainment is the start and finish. Okay. Courage Kinney Rehabilitation Institute Owatonna Hospital is offering a free program designed to help older adults manage falls and increase activity levels. A Matter of Balance, Managing Concerns About Falls, includes 8 2-hour sessions for a small group led by a trained facilitator. Classes are held Wednesday and Friday each week for 4 weeks, beginning September 14th from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. at Owatonna Hospital, 2250 Northwest 26th Street in Owatonna. For more information or to register, visit the wellness.alinahealth.org events or call 507-977-2177. Well, that's all we have for you today, and we hope that you will join us on Friday when our guests will be the American Association of University Women, and we're going to hear all about the Taste of Steele County, and then we'll be getting an update and hear about the fundraiser for the Orphanage Museum. So until then, you have a great day and join us on Friday.